Hey everybody, Matumbo here. Welcome back to the channel, and today we are playing some more Historic here on Magic Arena. And we only have a couple of days left of Decktember. And this deck got pulled today, and it looks really fun, really sweet. Again, a lot of the things that we like to be doing in Historic. So pretty excited for this one. And a huge shout out to the deck creator Collex. Thank you so much for submitting this. And real quick though, if if you're not familiar with Decktember, what Decktember is it is my way of saying thank you to each and every one of you. It's very sincerely, you all have helped form and create this amazing community out of nowhere. My channel really, is brand new. It's just been going on for this year, playing Magic. And I'm just so thankful that, we were able to come together and form this community. So what I'm doing is I am playing viewer submitted decks only throughout the month of December, and we're calling it Decktember. And so what it really is you submit your deck. I play a few games with your deck to see how your deck is. Maybe if it's something you're working on, or a cool combo that you're trying to show off. And I play a few games with it, and then we go to the tune-up section, and then we talk about how your deck is working. And then, maybe I grab some ideas off of what we saw, or maybe some interactions that we saw, and we're able to maybe improve your deck. And if not, if we can't improve your deck, maybe, we come up with some more ideas, or overall, we just have fun with it. And that's what Decktember is all about, is again, saying thank you, having some fun, playing your decks, and, just everybody having a great time and enjoying the community. So again, huge shout out to each and every one of you for Decktember. And again, after today, we have one more day left. And if you want to be considered for possibly the last deck in Decktember, all you have to do, join the Discord, find the Decktember channel, and then just go to the pin post at the top, grab the template out of there and submit your deck. So that being said, huge shout out again to Collex for submitting this deck. And again, if you enjoy this deck, the Decktember series, or this video, please, all I ask is that you like, comment, subscribe, and we're just going to continue to grow and, again, form an amazing community. So that being said, let's hop right into today's deck. And we are playing Point and Click, ever so named by our friend Collex again, who submitted this deck. So Point and Click, it looks to be a teamer-based deck that is going to really punish our opponent for no matter what they do. Basically, we have one card in our deck called Leyline of Combustion. This card, if it's in our opening hand, we actually get to play it. We get to put it into play for free at the beginning of the game. So the more of these in play, possibly the better. And it says whenever you and or at least one permanent you control become the target of a spell or an ability an opponent controls, Leyline of Combustion deals 2 damage to that player. So if they go to make us discard cards, or if they go to kill one of our creatures in play or remove a permanent in play, they're going to at least take 2 damage for each one of these ley lines that we have in play. So what else can we do? Well, we have Gutter Snipe. Gutter Snipe, a couple copies of these. Whenever we cast an instant or sorcery spell, we get to deal 2 damage to an opponent. So that's a few different ways to ping our opponents. We have Brash Taunter. Brash Taunter is actually a really fun card. I played this as soon as it got printed. It is a 5-mana 1/1, indestructible. Whenever it's dealt damage, it deals that much damage to target opponent. So that's even if we deal damage to the Brash Taunter, we get to deal that damage to our opponent. And he does have a cool ability for 3-mana tap it. We get to fight another creature. So we can fight really big creatures. We can block really big creatures, and then we can deal all that damage that's being dealt to Brash Taunter to our opponent. So really cool. And what better way to punish our opponent with these cards that we just highlighted than with Fire Emancipation? This 6-mana mythic from M21, if a source you control would deal damage to a permanent or player, it deals triple that damage to that permanent or player instead. So yeah, pretty awesome. This is a pretty powerful spell, just for 6 mana. So we do have some board wipes in here, and I do want to highlight this combo in general. So Storm's Wrath, right? This 4-mana sorcery deals 4 damage to each creature in Planeswalker. 4 damage gets dealt to Brash Taunter, and then Brash Taunter deals that 4 damage to our opponent. Well, if we have a Fire Emancipation in play, on top of that, this 4 damage will triple and deal 12 damage to Brash Taunter, and then Brash Taunter will deal its 12 damage and triple it to our opponent. So they'll take 36. So that is actually a really cool way to get our opponent. So play Brash Taunter on turn 5, Emancipation on turn 6, and then Storm's Wrath on the following turn and just get them. So, yeah. But, you know, really this deck is about having fun, so we're just trying to do all kinds of crazy things, it looks like. We have 3 copies of Genesis Ultimatum, and we're going to try to put as many permanents into play that we can, because a lot of these cards are permanents. We have a couple copies of Sunburn's Invocation. This is going to allow us to reveal cards from the top of our library, cast cards for free equal to the cards that we actually cast earlier that turn. We do have a couple copies of Mythos of Aluna. This is going to allow us to copy any permanent in play, and if we happen to, you know, maybe want to spend red and green mana on the copy, we can actually fight something when it comes into play. So, you know, we can even copy planeswalkers that our opponent have. You know, maybe they have Teferi or something along those lines, or Nissa. We can copy that. We don't necessarily get to fight if we play a planeswalker, but hey, maybe we copy some really ridiculously sized creature and we get to fight that creature to kill theirs, or maybe we get to kill their other creature. You really never know. So then we have a couple copies of Ral. Ral's going to be cool. He's going to let us scry, help us fix our draws. He's going to allow us to copy spells. And then in reality, when that happens, whenever we cast instants or copy spells, we get to deal 1 damage to target opponent or planeswalker. And then again, you know, everything's going to be tripled. So, and then on top of that, really all we have is some ramp. We have 3 copies of Explore. We have 3 copies of Cultivate. And we have 3 copies of Uro. And we have a bunch of land in the deck. We have 25 lands, good amount of land. As you can see, we are playing pretty much all of the Teamer lands that come into play tapped that gain us life. So this will potentially help us against possibly some aggro decks. And then 1 Triumph, some Fable Passages, and a bunch of basic lands. So again, huge shout out to Collex for building, and Collex for submitting this deck. Collex, thank you so much. This is going to be a lot of fun. And again, if you want to be considered for a final Decktember video, join the Discord, head down to the Decktember channel, and submit your deck using the template found in the pinned post. So let's hop right into the video and the games. We're going to play a few games, and then we'll catch back up at the tune-up. See you guys soon. All right, Collex, we're doing it. We are playing your deck. We are against the reddest of Ninja Turtles, Raphael. Is this a hand we can keep? If we draw a land, it's okay. So I'm going to give it a shot. Oh yeah, hover over that ley line. Shock a land in. Thought sees us and takes 6 total, right? Alright, well, we definitely drew a land. Not the land we wanted, but probably the land that we deserve. Alright, well, we could copy Lotus Cobra and fight. Could just copy Lotus Cobra. 4 mana. They could double like Explore effect, you know, like Growth Spiral, Explore. Pretty good. They have another Uro. Razor. Okay. And they're putting all the lands into play. This is a pretty good turn for them. So I do think we need to copy this Risen Reef and then fight with it. That's just too much value for them to get, potentially. Nissa's pretty good for them as well. Take 5. Well, I don't really hate Storm's Wrath. So we're gonna go get a... It's a mountain. They have a lot of mana available. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh.
I know. I am hot, aren't I?
Well, I guess the good news is they did not actually plus their other Nissa first. Still pretty bad. They're just going to do it again.
Behold, nature's true power. Oh, today's my lucky day.
Okay. Wow. That is such... No land came into play. So that was actually pretty good for us. So, yep. Let's just do the thing, right?
Oh, this is gonna hurt.
I still don't think we win this game at all. Hey, they get to bring back Uro. And then we're just hoping to be able to cast the Genesis Ultimatum here. So...
I'm in need of rest.
This is potentially our last turn. So they're going to hit us for at least 3. We go down to 12. Then next turn they'll have 12 points of damage. We could throw a Gutter Snipe out to block, but it could just potentially die. All right. Yep. Cavalier. Just one time deck. Give me an island. Island or a mountain. Well. We have to play this. And then we have to play this. So if they can kill our Gutter Snipe,
This will be easy.
we are at... We'll be at 2. And then we potentially die to Chandra next turn. So... Not looking good. Not looking good, team. I would like to point out that Ninja Turtles are very formidable foes, right? They also could just Chandra, like play another Chandra and kill us here. Okay, you've risen reefed. You've risen reefed again. And we drew a Storm's Wrath. Kills Chandra. Does not kill any of the big guys that kill us the following turn. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Alright, good game. Good game. Just kill us, my friend. Alright, thank you for putting us out of our misery quickly. Alright, well, game number 1. We were very close for a long time to casting that Genesis Ultimatum, which would have turned the tides. Alright, next game. Alright, well, game number 2, everybody. Let's hydrate. Let's get a good sense of what this deck can do. Already starting to see some changes that we're going to be making. Obviously, we are going to need to fix the land base a bit. Having all of these lands come into play tapped does hurt a bit. Yeah, we're going to go first. So I guess overall it doesn't actually matter what order we play our lands in, whether we play the Falls or the Fabled Passage first. Get to play any land, we will play that. We're going to be searching out a... We're going to search out an island here. Island's going to get us to a Ral this turn. We can start scrying.
I've flown on gale force winds. Beating you will be a breeze. Eureka!
I mean, I do just want to hit my land drops, right? I really don't know what our opponent is on.
My brainstorms bring actual thunder.
Yeah, I'm going to keep an Uro as well. Seems okay. So this is probably a, oh, okay. All right, well. Let's scry before we play this Uro.
I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I make it rain just for fun.
No, we want to make sure to hit our land drop, right? Not what we wanted there. Not what we wanted. So that's pretty good.
You were foolish to come.
Could minus and then double this. And then we get rid of... Ooh. No, we're just gonna keep scrying.
I know exactly what to do.
It is, I think it's a little greedy to actually get rid of that.
All stories must end.
Silent, obedient perfection.
Holy moly.
Rise, my elemental friend.
Signs indicate that hurt.
So I think we are just going to...
It's easy. Quantum particles, blah
YOLO cast, right? I don't want this to go off next turn.
Underestimate my fortitude.
And I guess we want to get this as low as possible. Well, I do like that. We are going to deal a bunch of damage here. Triple, then triple. So this should be game, right?
There's a storm coming
We had and we had the hydrate going that whole game. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry, guys. That was on us. Oh my gosh. Well, hey, accidents happen. I was excited about that. It worked out. You guys have to kind of navigate through the hydration animation there. So, holy moly. Yeah, what had happened was, let me explain what had happened. Is one of my work windows popped up from when I was online earlier. I forgot to log out of work, and it popped up in the middle, like right as I started the hydrate. And I just was like, we'll just not worry about it. So that was that. So, well, that was a cool game too, from what you could see of it. But yeah, let's go on to the next game. All right, game 3, now with less hydrate, right? Less hydrate. Yeah, so I do think that last game was pretty crazy. Whew. That was a lot of damage. We dealt 18 and then 9, 27 damage. All right, opponent's going first. I don't actually hate this hand. We do get to turn 2 explore, turn 3 either Ral or Storm's Wrath, just depending on what we need to do. We do get to gain a life with the Swiftwater Cliff. Alright, opponent was playing the Savai Triomes as well. The last opponent, I mean. Stupid goblins, right? Stupid goblins. Well, no goblin on top. We're drawing a land next. I would like for them just to slam out another goblin. Another snoop would actually be pretty good. I wouldn't mind getting rid of 2 snoops. Or a lord. Okay, yep, War Chief. War Chief is a good card to get rid of. We still just lose pretty much to a Muxus, I'm sure. Right? Muxus can do some crazy things. Maybe Brash Taunter blocks a Muxus. We do know they drew that Sacred Foundry. I wonder what they're playing in their deck that they need white and black for in Goblin. Does anybody know? Is this the new tech? Playing black, you know, like black, white, red Mardu goblins? Are they about to time out on us? Because we'll take it. I'll take a timeout on a goblin. Oh no, they're just They're just slow rolling us. Prospector. Prospector. Oh, play another 1-drop, please. Play another 1-drop. No. Well, I think we get rid of a couple of prospectors. I do think prospectors are pretty important goblin to get rid of. And I'm gonna go ahead and just get a forest now. War Chief is fine. That does make Muxus cost 5. So that's a little worrisome. Okay. If we can get this fire emancipation down next turn, we actually can start doing some work. Oh, no attacks, huh? No attacks. No attacks. All right, well. Let's get some defense coming. Brash Taunter Fire Emancipation. All right. I do think if we get to play Ral next turn, we get to potentially get a target off the board. Right? Because they'll go after Ral, like feeling that they have to go after Ral. So they take 6.
Myself.
I don't think we actually want the ley line there. No attacks. We don't want to just deal 3 that way. We want to be able to block and deal 3. If they mass attack, I don't know if they've pieced it together yet. Right? So we could attack for 3.
Danger only makes field research more interesting.
I guess we probably should have just held back the mana. Because we could have actually activated the Brash Taunter at instant speed if they would have played something worth fighting. That would have been the correct play. But again, if they attack, the game's over. So
I know exactly what to do.
I mean, yeah, we'll just leave that on top. Let's see what we get to do. Could Mythos. Yeah, we're actually just gonna... Yeah, we got 2 Brash Taunters, right? That seems pretty good. Again, I do understand that the correct move is to not cast spells and just fight at the end of the turn. But we're here to have fun, and we're here to do ridiculous things. And for whatever reason, fun and ridiculous is working. As it should, right? Fun and ridiculous should always prevail. All right. And here comes the old goblin ropey rope, right? Oh, the salt is real. Salt. The goblin salts. They have a land that's in Mardu colors that's called like Salt Mine or something along those lines. I'm pretty sure they have like Salt Lake, right? Isn't that a thing? Aww. Are you gonna rope forever? I mean, oh, I saw you hover. Oh, now you're gonna sack all of your goblins one by one. Oh, I love it. Skirk Prospector could actually potentially let them win. Oh, I love it. Emeria's Call. What? Nice, dude. What is your deck? What is your deck? Good game, my friend. Good game. This is just sack a goblin. All right, let's fight. Take like a million. Oh man, that's great. That's great. All right, let's talk about this deck. This deck is sweet. All right, welcome to the tune-up. Collex, let's talk about your deck. Your deck is a lot of fun. So, yeah, typical, you know, when you first look at it, it looks like your typical Genesis Ultimatum shell because you have a lot of land ramp. You have Genesis Ultimatums, obviously. But then you actually start looking at the inner works of everything. And obviously you start seeing why they named the deck point and click, because you know you're clicking a lot of things. You're having to actually activate a lot of different cards. Your opponent is actually having to hover over a lot of cards to see how the different interactions work. Especially because the fact that we have, you know, Fire Emancipation that's tripling our damage output, which is pretty crazy. And then the more times we can actually move the damage around, the more damage deal. So, we potentially would deal 4 damage to the Brash Taunter, and then that 4 damage would potentially triple with a Fire Emancipation to 12. And then if we have another Fire Emancipation out in play, it would actually triple again. So it'd be 36 damage. So a lot of different ways we can look at this. Now, the first thing I do know that we need to do is we need to fix the mana base. While I do like the gain life, part of these come into play tap lands, overall, they're just going to slow us down because there's going to be games where we really need to hit, mana number 5, number 6, number 7, and we're going to have been stuck, drawing that land that we need and then saying, oh, we have no way to actually get this into play on tap. With the shock lands, we at least can say, okay, well, this doesn't necessarily come into play untapped, but if we pay 2 life, it'll come into play untapped. So there is the bonus of that. So we are going to have to look into, just fixing our mana base with this deck. Another card I'm not particularly set on in this deck is going to be Ley Lines. I just don't think we really care about our opponent targeting stuff in play. I feel like once we actually hit, like a Genesis Ultimatum or just anything, any of our big permanents, I really think we're just going to win the game from that point on. So I feel like having this start in our hand potentially, while it may be an okay card to start in our hand, especially if our opponent's playing Thoughtseize, because a turn 1 Thoughtseize could potentially cost our opponent 6 life, especially if they're playing Shockland. You know, they like Godless Shrine on turn 1, shock it into play, then pay the 2 life for the Thoughtseize, and then lose the, and then get dealt 2 damage from the ley line. Yeah, 6 damage is a lot to remove 1 card, but then at that point we're actually just we're playing down like we've mulliganed. So I don't really think that this is particularly something good, and this is not something that I really want to be casting on turn 3 or turn 4. I'd much rather be casting, Mythos, or, wrathing the board, or even just casting a Ral, because Ral is going to allow us to, set up our draws better, and it's going to allow us to potentially copy something good. We could Ral on turn 4, and then on turn 5, or, maybe we have access to 6 mana and we're able to, just double cultivate or something. I just don't think ley line's where we really want to be. I'm also not really set on Gutter Snipe, but again, I do understand why both these cards are in here, because they do have really fun interactions with Fire Emancipation. So Gutter Sniping for 6 is pretty fun. So, but yeah, so I really feel like I'm gonna work on fixing the mana base. I'm gonna find some other cards that we could potentially triple damage with to see what we can do. Sunbird's Invocation, I'm still kind of up in the air on as well, just because that's 2 slots that could potentially just be something that deals damage to something. Especially with Brash Taunter, we could just win the game in different ways if we're actually able to hit correctly Fire Emancipation. So, all right, well, that is your version of the deck, Collex. So let's hop into the time machine and let's see what cards we come up with and how we decide to rearrange this deck a bit. So, see you guys soon. All right, so Collex, I hope you like these changes that we've decided to take with your deck. So, as you can see, initially we kind of got rid of the cards that we said we did. First off, let's talk about the lands. None of our lands are really going to come into play tapped unless we unfortunately draw like the Sulphur Falls, the Rootbound Crags, or the Hinterland Harbors, without drawing, our sources of, islands, forests, or mountains. But typically our land situation should be a little bit better. Yeah, we don't gain life whenever we play these cards, but again, should help us out a little bit when it comes to actually trying to do what we're trying. We cut the cultivates because we're only playing 3 basics. We're just playing 1 of each basics just in case they have like a Field of Ruin, some kind of effect that makes us search for a basic. Sometimes people see a lot of basics, so they're like, oh, let me try to interrupt them and get rid of a land, because it's possible they may not be playing basics. But then this way we actually do have basics to search out, but with just 1 of each, so we're not really too committed on those. And then I did decide to go with the whole land ramp package with this. The only card I decided against was Lotus Cobra. Lotus Cobra, you can do very disgusting things with when you have like Uro, Lotus Cobras, playing extra lands with Explore drops and stuff like that. You're able to power out Genesis Ultimatums really, really quickly. But I felt like if we just added too much into this deck in regards to the land ramp, this deck just becomes something else. And again, we're trying to do what Collex was trying to do, and that's kill with Brash Taunter, Ral, stuff like that. We did take out the ley lines. Again, I didn't really feel like the ley lines were something we were trying to do. I don't really feel like they actually benefited the deck, but we're gonna see in the long run. So ley lines are out. We still left in Mythos. I do like the Mythos in this deck. It lets us do some crazy things with Fire Emancipation, stuff like that. We did add a couple of Fae of Wishes. That way we can go searching through our sideboard. I do think Fae of Wishes actually allows us to do some pretty disgusting things, or gives us access to, like a utility belt type situation where, oh, there's 1 card we need, let's just go get it. So, we have Grafdigger's Cage, Cinderclasm, Guy's Blessing, Cinder Vines, Clear the Mind, Sweltering Suns, Mythoses, Shatterstorms, Immortal Sun, Star of Extinction, the 4th copy of Genesis Ultimatum, 1 Omniscience, and 1 Mass Manipulation. So again, we're going to have we're gonna have some ways to deal some crazy different things. And I know that there's cards that probably belong in this deck, but again, I didn't really want to focus too much on the making it as efficient and ridiculous as possible. I still wanted this deck just to have the essence of what it is. And since this deck does want to win with the damage multiplication output of Brash Taunter, I did decide to go ahead and throw in a couple of Star of Extinctions, because Star of Extinction with Brash Taunter is always fun. And then with it tripling and dealing 180 damage potentially, because 20 damage, tripled because of the firing Emancipation, it would deal 60, and then this would triple to 180. So again, that would be pretty sick to accomplish. So yeah, we're still going to try that. And I still like the Ral. I did kind of go back and forth between putting in Tameo as well, but I just really didn't think I wanted to commit to Tameo and Ral, and I really felt like this deck benefits a little bit more from Ral. So yeah, that's what we're doing. So let's give this deck a shot, and then what we're going to do, we're going to play a few games. Hopefully we can do your deck Justice Collex, and then after this, we're going to talk about in the wrap-up. So let's get into the games. See you guys soon. All right, let's do this deck. Version 2, point and click. 2.0. The B-side. All right. I'm pretty stoked. Pretty stoked about this deck. That could do some fun and disgusting things. Not too stoked about a Yorion, but the fact that they are on a... Oh, so they're on Jeskai? Okay. They're on the Jeskai. All right, so we can play this for blue. You get to Growth Spiral. See what they're doing. I mean, even if they censor that, I mean, that's pretty disgusting, right? Having that much land in play already. Blood Sun. Love it. Love it. Oh, don't have a Spell Pierce. All right, so what are we doing over there? Remember, the bigger the spell we cast, the better for Sunbird's Invocation. And they don't have a Lotus Field, so that is kind of good. So, interesting. What do we get here? We could... what do we get? Do we Fae of Wishes? Maybe let's just Ral. Let's just Ral. We could Fae of Wishes next turn, right? How crazy would it have been if we would have put a Lotus Field in our... Lotus Field in our sideboard? We could have Fae of Wishes it. I don't actually hate that, right? This could potentially get us into a ramp spell. No, we missed. Missed the ramp spells. All right, we get to Brash Taunter next turn. Oh, there you go. There's your Lotus Field. Now you have access to all the mana, all 8 of it. I'm a little nervous, though. 8 mana is a lot over there. Oh, they're gonna... Not gonna Yorion, right? Oh, they're just gonna hold off. Alright, Brash Taunter. Brash Tanta. Okay. Oh, we get to cast whatever side we want. All right, what is the plan? What is the plan? Check our graveyard. Well, I think I'm just gonna get to clear the mine, right? And then I think we're just going to try to copy the Sunbird Invocation. Holy. Let's do it to it. All right, let's do it. Okay, that 5 mana. Hey, Jinx, you coming to say hi? Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are. You're such a cutie. All right, what are we doing? What are we doing? We're gonna Fey Wishes again? All right, well let's Growth Spiral. Let's draw some cards. Cutie. Oh yeah. Yeah, Mythos? Yes, please. Jinx, what are you doing? Oh. So we're gonna get something that costs all the mana. We're gonna go ahead and get a Star of Extinction. And we're gonna cast Star of Extinction. Jinx. Jinx, what are you doing? Oh, what are you doing? Oh. Alright, well. Oh, Brush Taunter off of a Star of Extinction is pretty good. So now they have to counter. I mean, Star of Extinction. Seems good. Got him. That was one really good turn, and Jinx loved it. Jinx loved it so much. Oh, you guys should see her. She is the cutest. She just wants to be loved right now. All right, guys, on to the next game. All right, well, that was a sweet first game, right? That was a sweet first game. By Valence. All right, opponent gets to go first. We're going to keep this. Our opponent on the Oko plan. Womp 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 womp. Womp 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 womp. All right, so we're gonna play this forest, hopefully. Growth Spiral land into play. Try to... Hello, hello. Let's play this first. Oh, perfect. We'll be playing that tapped. Don't know what our opponent's on. But we are going to be on the Sunbird's Invocation plan. We actually have... Oh. Jinx. Oh, Tulsamir. I like it, I like it. Alright, let's do it. A fiery Emancipation and 2 Okos. Seems pretty good. We're at 23. Oh, Boo earns. Boo earn. Alright, so what are we doing? I guess we are going to Sunburn's Invocation. Alright, Jinx. You can't look at the monitors. I guess you could look at the monitors, but... You gonna come back up here? You're just gonna stare at me like I did something wrong? I did you some kind of disservice? Alright, well, we're copying. We're copying. Hey. More Uros. Jinx, you are ridiculous right now. Oh, that Genesis ultimatum right there is pretty sick. So we are down to 20. So I am really curious as to what their deck is. One more. So we don't have enough to actually Genesis Ultimatum end. So, depending on what we hit, we actually hit pretty good here, right? This seems pretty good. Oh, and we hit the Star of Extinction down there. Oh, man. What do we do here? Guess we're gonna copy... we'll copy the Fire Emancipation. We do get to Genesis Ultimatum again. Oh, why'd you concede? We didn't even get to finish. We could have whiffed, right? Oh, what a crazy game. We got all 4 of our Uros in the graveyard that game. Seems pretty good. Oh man, I wish you would have let that happen. Oh, all right, well. Good game, good game. Next opponent. All right, that was our friend by Valence from Discord, so it was good running into you. Definitely deserve a shout out, so thank you for the good games. The good game itself, I should say, as there was only one of them. We are going to keep this. We do get to double ramp here. We do have potential sweeps. I do like having some sweepers against a aggressive deck. Why are they good gaming us already? Okay. I don't know why you're know why you're good gaming us. Huh. This is pretty funny, right? We get to Storm's Wrath here, then they play this, and then we get to clone their Torbrand and then fight them, and then they both die. So, huh. Let me read this exactly. Yep, I like this plan. Yep. We did it. We are dealing with your dudes. Oh, and we get to Brash Taunter next turn?
Anyone need a match? Hey, these little guys are great.
That's pretty good, right? I don't know why you good game us every turn, right? Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get rid of Chandra there.
I'm late to meditation anyway.
I don't know what your last card is. Okay, well. That is quite a bit of damage. Quite a bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Gain back a little bit of life. Play a little bit of a blocker. A pretty good card, right? I guess, 1, 2, 3. Are we dead here? We're at 1. We are at 1. This fight's 12. Two, 5. I guess we should have attacked first, right? Is there a way out? Is there a way out? This blocks. So if we play this for 1, that blocks it, right? And then we could fight the Scorch Spitter and go back to 1. I guess this gives us the most outs. Hold on, so I'm thinking. So this comes in, this fights. Block. We take 3 and then we take 1, so we lose. I guess it has to be this, right? But didn't fight. I guess it doesn't stay on the battlefield long enough to fight. Oh, we did it. That's why you never give up. Always gotta play to your ounce. Wow, that was a crazy game. Next turn we just swing in because they didn't have any blockers, or we just get them good with Star of Extinction. But yeah, yes. Wow. All right, great game. Great game. Final boss time. All right. You all ready for this? Final boss. Let's go. Let's go. I mean, that was a sick last game, right? Getting down to 1 multiple times, I think, right? Yeah, we're gonna go first. We do get to explore. Here comes the Thoughtseize, that 4-life Thoughtseize. There goes the Explore. Maybe they... Ah, okay, so they are on an aggro plan. Alright, let's play... We can Uro next turn if we need to. I mean, we have to now, so... It's as simple as that. No lands, huh? Not like this deck. Not like this. Play another Bishop of Wings? No? Okay. Is that the, yeah, that's the Emeria. Come on, deck, one time. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. So I do think that we are at the point where we start copying lands, to be 100% honest with you. Depending on what they play here. Shalai, huh? This gets attacked down to 2 if we scry.
Ooh, a battle. Small tingly. Or Eureka.
Yep, we're going to keep that. Keep the land. Because they're not playing green, so it's not anything we have to worry about the Shalai actually pumping their creatures, because the Shalai's ability is a green ability.
Well, that was unpleasant.
So, yeah, getting hit for 4, you just got hit for 2/3 of your life total. That definitely is an unpleasant experience, I can imagine. So could just copy.
There's a storm coming your way.
So they probably think that we are on a 1,000-year storm deck, but we know that we're not on a 1,000-year storm deck. So they're probably going to draw a card. That's pretty good. That's a card I did not expect. The old Command the Dread Horde, right? Oh, yeah.
I know exactly what to do.
All right, we're at 20. If we draw a land, I think we win, right? I still think we win through, I mean, if we don't draw land, it sucks because we don't get to, oh, that's a, well, I guess we're just doing this, right?
I'm shocked to discover I lost. You sure showed me.
I'm sure they have something for Uro. Like I said, I'm sure they have something for Uro. Mindstone's a pretty good redraw. They're still going to have access to 5 mana. So we're at 12. We do get to do some fighting. I mean, this is 180 damage. Yeah, 149 negative. All right. Seems pretty good. Yeah, what an interesting deck they were playing. A weird black-white angel, like life gain control deck. So, sweet. Good game, Shiru. Good game. Let's talk about this sweet deck. All right, everyone. Welcome back to the wrap-up. And this deck, man, how crazy were some of these games? This deck is sweet. We went what, 2-1 and then 4-0 with this deck. So overall a 6-1 record. We had some really awesome games. We saw some really cool interactions. We got to play against friends. You know, a lot of cool things happened in this video, and I am super grateful for that. So yeah, let's really talk. Let's just talk about this. First off, real quick, we may have made a mistake in regard to putting Fae of Wishes in this deck. This deck didn't necessarily need Fae of Wishes. Yeah, we had some cool cards in the sideboard. You can't really see the Omniscience or the Mass Manipulation, but you know, we did have some cool cards in our sideboard that we could have potentially gotten. You know, I don't really think it mattered. Overall, we could have just changed out these 2 cards for maybe a 4th copy of the Genesis Ultimatum, and then maybe either a 4th copy of the Mythos or a 3rd copy of the Star of Extinction, or maybe even just another land. So I really don't even hate that. Just -2 Fae of Wishes, +1 Genesis Ultimatum, +1 land. I really think that's where I probably would be at this point. But hey, we got to beat some cool decks. We got to deal 180 damage to our opponent in 1 turn because we had Fire Emancipation in play. We had a Brash Taunter in play, and then we cast Star of Extinction that dealt 20 damage to all creatures. That 20 damage tripled to 60 to the Brash Taunter because of the Emancipation, and then Brash Taunter's ability procced. It hit our opponent for 60, and then that 60 tripled into 180, and that put our opponent at like a -100. What was it? 49. So -149. That is pretty cool. So yeah, and then that game against the mono red burn deck, or the not the burn deck, but the aggressive deck, they got us down to 1, and we were actually able to stabilize after thinking through some plays. And even though we did misplay by keeping the wrong Uro and not the Uro that actually just came into play that got to fight, yeah, we still gained that extra life that really allowed us to live. So yeah, huge swings, crazy interactions, and you know what, just a lot of fun. I mean, this deck is a lot of fun. So Collex, thank you so much for sending this deck over to us. I hope you like the changes that we made. You know, it's a little bit different again. We're not playing the ley lines, but I just don't think the ley lines are where we want to be in this deck. I just think that we can have fun, you know, focusing on the Brash Taunter, and, you know, Genesis Ultimating, you know, Fire Emancipation, Sunbird's Invocations, some pretty crazy things. Oh yeah, and then there was that one game where we had out like 4 or 5 Sunbird's Invocations. So that was crazy. And then once that happens, you know, the deck that we were playing, it's the control deck, just has no way of actually dealing, being able to essentially counter 5 spells a turn when we start casting things. So yeah, pretty powerful, pretty fun overall. And again, super stoked that we got to play this. Again, if you want to be considered for potentially what is going to be the last deck in Decktember tomorrow, please join the Discord, head down to the Decktember channel, and submit your deck using the template that is found in the pinned post. It's that simple. And if you enjoy the deck, the channel, this video, Decktember as a whole, all I ask, again, is please like, comment, subscribe, and check out all the cool links down below, whether it's the Twitch link, since we do stream a lot of, lately it's been a lot of Phasmophobia, because that's a fun game. It's a game that I like to just relax and, relax, so to speak, as we're getting hunted and killed by ghosts. It's a cool game to hang out with and watch, I feel like. So we got the Twitch link down below. We've got the Discord link down below that lets you interact with me and everybody else in the channel, this amazing community. And we got the Patreon link if you're ever so inclined to do that. So, but yeah, again, please do what you can to support the channel. There's a lot of, you know, just cool free options, you know, like I said, like, comment, subscribe. That's all I ask. But with that being said, everybody, I just hope you're all staying safe. I hope you had an amazing holiday, and I hope you have a happy new year. Things are gonna be awesome in 2021. Things are gonna turn around, and it's just gonna be an amazing year. I feel it for everybody. All right, everybody, stay safe. We'll see you next time. Remember, this channel would not exist without such amazing viewers and subscribers. Thank you so much for interacting with the channel and helping grow the community. And a very big special thank you to the Patreons listed here for supporting the channel.